We're in Atlanta, Georgia for an Editor's Day, and I'm speaking with Ryan Hollenbeck with Verint. Ryan, how are you?
Doing good, thanks, Rich.
So thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having us.
So your company's been a leader in the contact center space for as long as I can remember, and I was hoping to give you an opportunity to just give us a brief description of how your company is positioned today.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Rich. Appreciate that. It's nice to be right here in Atlanta, and having you guys down here for the Media Day in Atlanta is a real treat for us here in the community. We have virtually all the big Fortune 500 companies here in Atlanta as customers, and we've been around the Atlanta technology community, which is a real growing Atlanta technology community for the last 20 plus years, as you know, and working with your publication for a lot of years, both in the contact center and around the customer experience. But if I took a step back and thought about the greater Verint, Verint has been a growth company really for a number of years, and the company's growing both in terms of the enterprise segment, where you think of us using the voice of the customer to drive operational excellence, but also in the security segment, where we're a growth company as well. So if you think about how Verint's doing, things are growing, things are going well for us, and if you think about the Atlanta community here where you are today for the Media Day, it's a really big part of a company that's based in New York, but has a really strong presence here in Atlanta.
Now, being in the market that you're in, serving the needs of companies that in turn have to serve their customers, what sorts of trends are you seeing? I mean, we know that social media has been a huge differentiator or change in the market over the last 5 years. Just in general, name some of the trends.
Well, I think the trends that we're seeing in the enterprise side of the business are really about what you just described, which is the voice of the customer, and how do you really understand the voice of the customer better, not just in traditional contact center recordings like we've seen for many years, but also in social media, as you're saying, things where you can better understand where things are surfacing with the customer. So you can understand, for example, on the web and social and email and chat, get to know what the customer sentiment is, and then use that voice of the customer to correlate it to the speech recordings, for example. So you'll have a better dashboard or perspective on exactly what's happening with the customer, and use that to drive operational performance in the back office operations. So better understand, for example, loan processing, claims adjudication, healthcare practices, things that are happening in the back office that require attention that you can really discover and improve by using the voice of the customer.
Now, are you seeing that the requests are coming from your customers to provide better tools for the social market or for social listening?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that a lot of our customers are doing is they're trying to figure out ways that they can break down the organizational silos that exist within the company. So for example, the marketing department might own social media, and they're trying to figure out, how can I marry that up with what's happening in my customer service department, where I also have a lot of rich customer service information. It's typically in the form of recorded phone calls, but even still, the contact center is being asked to do more email and web and multimedia type interactions, whereas the marketing department over here is launching surveys and also getting a lot of rich customer data, and they want to figure out, how can I break down the silos across the branch, the back office, the contact center, and marketing, and really understand the voice of the customer across the entire enterprise.
Now, why are companies choosing Verint as opposed to any other competitive solutions?
I think what's unique about Verint is a couple different things. One, Verint has always had a history of innovation, and that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on. It's one of our core values at Verint, innovation. And we've come to market with a series of solutions over the years, whether it's first to market with speech analytics, whether it's first to market with voice of the customer analytics around speech and text and feedback. We've been in the market for a number of years with recording and workforce scheduling solutions and workforce optimization, and I think the market has come to expect that Verint would come out with innovative solutions. So I think innovation is a big part of it, and I also think that Verint is the kind of organization that is always looking for ways to package solutions in a way that's more effective for the customer. So what I mean by that is not just purchase technology products, but think about it in terms of business solutions. And what we've launched, and we've talked to your staff here over the last couple of hours, is really how can business impact solutions create a more effective way to deploy our type of technology. What I mean by that is, think about business problems like call avoidance and service recovery and personalized guidance and regulatory compliance, and how can Verint solutions be bundled underneath those business problems and very quickly help you solve them.
So there's a lot of technology behind the scenes, and so the goal is to try to make it easier for your customers to manage all the things that need to be managed using sophisticated technology.
Exactly right, especially the analytics tools.
Now, looking forward, what's the future for Verint? What do you see the market going, and how are you positioned to take advantage?
Well, Verint's a growth company, so I think you're going to continue to see us innovate, and I think you're going to continue to see us bring new technology, and especially new big data analytics technology to the market. When you think about the greater Verint, what we really do is help companies make big data actionable. We've been talking about actionable intelligence for the entire company's history, and that really means speech, it means video, email, any form of unstructured data, and taking that unstructured data and using it to drive some sort of action. And so I think you'll continue to see that from us in the future. And what that means around the customer is more business impact solutions targeted at voice of the employee, targeted at voice of the customer, and again, using that voice of the customer to drive operational excellence into other departments within the enterprise.
Excellent, thanks for being here, this was great.
Absolutely, thank you, Rich, appreciate it.